on a separate day because of time. I can't go deep into it. Basic hygiene matters. That's not very clear, sorry, but that's it basically talks about neatness, hair. We have people come into interviews and they haven't combed their hair. And whether you're the best person and you have a first class or upper second and GPA or God knows what, if your hair isn't tidy, I am immediately going to put not recommended on my interview notes. But we'll give you a chance to speak through. You have come from silk or ash, you immediately walk into DFC for an interview. Your shirt is dirty, you're sweating, you're untidy, your body odor is terrible. These might seem like small things, but remember, these are the things we look out for as employers. We haven't even wanted to see your GPA. We're looking at you as a person that's walked in. What's the first impression? What do I want to see when someone comes in? I want to see a sharp person. I want to see someone that's smart, somebody that's fresh. Some of us walk around town the whole day, so by the time you come to DSU, you're hot and sweaty. No hanky, you're walking into the interview room, you're dripping. Why don't you come in early, ask for the bathrooms, ask the receptionist at the front, do you know where the bathrooms are? Go to the back, freshen up, clean up yourself, walk into the room when you're looking nice and fresh. Remember, it's the image that matters, not just the papers you carry in your envelope. Because we'll take the papers for the sake of being polite, and then you come all the way from God knows where. But at the end of the day, your first impression has been a negative one. And we honestly will begin to ask how you will look after customers, how you serve customers, and whether you really want to work for a bank at DSCU. Social habits, that's the box at the bottom. This basically talks about avoiding drug usage. I think there's a lot of drug usage now, especially amongst the youth, amongst the younger generation. I'm told drugs are sold in all universities, on the streets, in halls of residence. And some of us carry all these habits when we get into organizations. I do not know any organization in Uganda today that allows you to take drugs at work, or you can take drugs and come to work. You need to look out for alcoholism. Some of us love to drink. We go out till 4 a.m. Somehow you take so many Red Bulls. 6, you're at the desk. You say, no, Rachel hasn't seen me, my eyes. You see people putting whitener, putting Visine in their eyes every morning just to keep away the redness from their eyes. You see people do that. They've been out every day, going out to 4, coming, take Red Bull, take lots of tea, and they're fine. This catches up with you. You can only do it for a week. After the second week, it begins to show on you. Remember, you're making your first impression. You're less than 6 months in this organization, and this is a person that's coming across. You need to be careful about the friends and the groups you keep. This could be friends internally, and this could be people out externally. At work, we are very flexible with people getting visitors, and relatives can visit, check on people, but we discourage people telling their friends to come and sit and wait in a corner for them all day. And the kind of friends will be rowdy, and you need to be very cautious because the groups that you keep have an impact on you. And if your employer knows you're the kind of person that's always out probably gambling till 4 a.m. and somebody who's always staying with a certain category of people that's probably deemed socially unfit, then it's bound to impact on your ability to be confirmed. The final point in this is about being professional all the time. We've talked about it. Split knowing somebody. At times you get into an interview and somebody knows you from home or somebody knows you from your village, and immediately they get too familiar as fast as possible, all the time. Even if an MD is your sister's husband or knows you from way back, you need to draw the line. Know when to laugh with this person, know when to go and tap them on their shoulders or give them a high five. Some of us get a job and immediately get too familiar with the people that we think we know. So you need to know when to draw your lines, when and where to draw your lines. The last box is basically about what I've been talking about all morning, and it's about the 20-80 rule. You want to do a degree faster, before you finish, you're doing another 90 before. The other 80% is on soft skills and interpersonal skills. And this is what I've been talking about. The way you look, the way, not in terms of somebody being beautiful, handsome, and so on. But the way you present yourself, there's a time we were looking for a receptionist. And this lady had been highly recommended. She came in, I hadn't met her before. She walks in, and she had 2 nose rings in her nose. 2 nose rings, not 1, 2. 1 and the second one. She had about 6 earrings here. And this is a true story. She had about 6 earrings. Very beautiful lady. And immediately I wrote a note, not recommended. But I listened to her. She was very sharp. She was the best candidate. And if we take her on, we couldn't. Because my first impression, you are going to a bank and you have 6 colored earrings of all kinds, and it's the soft skills. Then halfway through the interview, her phone rings. She said, "Oh, sorry, do you mind?" And of course we mind. I was saying, "No, hurry up." She said, "Oh no, I'm coming. I'm about to finish. This is an interview." She's answering the phone. She's walked in with 2 nose rings. She has so many rings on one side that are different colors. They're not one color. The 3 of us on the panel looked at somebody who had blown away a very good chance. Because she was excellent, she was good, she was bright. And to this day, this is 4 years back, the person still calls me. I sat her down, told her where her mistake was. She refused to learn. She went to another place, did the same. And the HR of that place called me and said, "Rachel, this person, did you meet her?" I said, "Yes, I did. And that's the same mistake she did. She made. But this is somebody who's stubborn. 4 years down the road, she's an employee. And she's now beginning to realize she needs to probably change that aspect. So these might appear like small things, but remember the 80%. It could be anything, the way you associate with people, the way we drink and go out, some of us dance on top of tables when we're in bars. You could be dancing next to your potential MD. Does that MD want somebody who's always in the bars, standing on top of tables, fighting with all the musicians? And you need to know about the 80. So 20% your degree courses, your GPA at 5.5 is the maximum, 4.8 or whatever you got it, it's only going to give you 20%. 80% is the other bit. We'll move on swiftly. First impression continues. You need to keep time. You need to be punctual. Employers do not like people that are not punctual. If you've got an interview at 8 o'clock, be there at 7:30. Be there and speak to the receptionist. You know, receptionists always have the answers to all the questions. Because you ask them, "Oh, what's the English name? What are the values? What does DSU stand for?" And those are the questions we ask in the interview. We're not going to ask you about the sociological aspects of the psychological this and so on and so forth. It's going to be based on what you have heard about DSU at that particular time. So when you get a job as well, you've been on the street for 6 months, finally you get a job, you need to be punctual. Keep time, learn to keep time. I drop my kids in the morning, but I always want to be at work before my MD. So 7:15 I'm parking, and he's already there. I'm like, "Oh my God, he's there before me." So finally, when I saw him, I said, "Chuma, why are you always early?" He says, "Because I'm trying to be earlier than you, my employees." Then I was like, "I was trying to be earlier than you, my line manager." So it's now a competition. And with time, you realize that the culture catches on to other people. You need to keep time. Going to office by 7:15, read your papers, clear your emails, make the phone calls that you have to make. 8 o'clock, begin attending to customers, both internal and external. You need to be an active team player. That's what that slide says. You need to always be willing to help. Be the person that's always volunteering. Don't at 5 o'clock begin shutting down your computer and saying, "I have to run, my family is waiting." It's good to run to your family, but at times you have to go the extra mile. You need to know that you have to be a team player. I talked about going the extra mile. Finally, gratitude. Get a job and begin to work. Learn to be grateful for that particular job. We have one more slide. This is how to love your first job. You need to love your company. If you do not love your company people, when you get a job, it's going to show. It's going to show in your work, it's going to show in the way you dress, in the way you talk to people. You need to feel like you belong to the company. You need to learn every day. You need to learn on a daily basis. And do not confuse or mix up learning and going back to school to do additional degrees. There are all sorts of learning. There's